Hello again, everyone. Ageofdune here, and we're back with another League of Legends Shoutcast. This is another team-ranked game. This is actually between the Swarm, who I've had on my channel before, and BladeTeam, the tag of T-Blade. That is actually at least as of the time of this casting, the top challenger team. They are the #1 challenger team, NA. So whether they'll be that by the time this releases, I don't know. We'll have to see. But either way, I decided I wanted to go ahead and cast BladeTeam here just because of the fact that they were a top challenger team. I actually went in my client, looked to see who was the top or who was in there, and decided I wanted to go ahead and cast the best of the best for now. So I went ahead and did so and looked them up online on ProReplays.net. They did indeed have games on there. So I was like, heck yeah, let's go for this. So this is actually a 10-day-old game, interestingly, but that's fine with me. I didn't see it, so it's still new to me. Oh, let's see. Go ahead and do something here. Yep, sorry about the strange coloring there. I just recently installed Flux, and I kind of forgot about it, but I went ahead and disabled it so you guys would not be forced to deal with it. I'm not sure how Fraps works with Flux. I may ignore it, and if it does, then that's great. If it doesn't, then sorry about the strange color shift. But it's back to normal now, and everything's going to be okay. So, in this particular game, it looks like, let's see, Lee Sin's going to be jungle, yep. So we're going to have Rengar, played by Curse Rux, top. He is going to have a mid of only Jaximus playing Gragas. Caitlyn is going to be played by Fabi down bottom. Oh, hold up. Stuff might be about to happen here. Because these guys look like they want to invade, and I'm not sure if they're going to or not. Thresh is here waiting for them, so if they do... Okay, she just warded, and they are backing off. So no, there is no invade. For a little bit there, I thought for sure there was going to be. Alright, let's go back to this. Thresh is played by Glebe Glarbu. Man, that name. Yeah. And Lee Sin will be played by T-Tors. Alright, that will be the jungle for the Swarm. And by the way, they are actually counter-jungling over here. They're going to go ahead and take the red, which is probably a good idea. The question is, does the red team know about it? Red team being Blades. I'm not sure. I don't think they do, but they actually might know about it. We'll have to see. Actually, there's no wards there. So actually, this ward might have picked them up. But it looks like they do indeed know about it, as Elise did go straight down to the enemy blue, and she's going to go ahead and... red, not blue. She's going to go ahead and grab Lee Sin's red. She was picked up by the ward, but I'm not seeing any reaction whatsoever from the Swarm. So it looks like T-Blade and Swarm are just going to go ahead and trade red buffs here, and it's not really going to matter for either team. Alright, let's go ahead and put everybody here in order of where they go. We've got Atomic N, top, getting his butt kicked by Rengar right there. The mid lane, and he's playing Kale, by the way. Mid lane is actually going to be Zyra, played by Nubby Pooh Bear. Bottom lane, we've got Diamond playing Lucian, and Leona playing... What? No. Grim Samurai playing Leona. Leona is not playing Grim Samurai. Oop, incoming gank. Elise right here is played by GGLA Wappa. And he was picked up with the wards. They started backing off, and he knew about it, so he went ahead and just walked away. He knew that was not going to turn into a successful gank. It's interesting to me that Lee Sin actually just allowed her to take his red. I guess he just didn't really care. Looks like he is coming in here for a gank onto Kale. That was a very nice gank there. The empowered Bola from Rengar stuck her in place long enough for Lee Sin to get there, and then they were just able to burst her down. So that is first blood, and they're going to push that to the tower, which is going to be pretty bad for Kale. That is definitely going to hurt her by a lot, and it's definitely going to put her behind here. So that's not at all what she's wanting, especially given the fact that Rengar is ridiculously nasty. He's going to be ahead in XP now, and he may end up hitting 6, or probably will end up hitting 6 before her. So that really sucks for her. And Lee Sin is actually still here waiting in this bush, and he's going to come out again. Lands that Q, goes right back in. There goes that Bola, and she goes right back down again. She just respawned and she's already dead. So that has pretty much sealed the deal. Top lane is going to go in Rengar's favor. Unless he does something really bad and completely throws it. Which I kind of doubt because it's going to be hard to throw that big of a lead. But it's possible. It's possible. But I definitely think that is going to go in his favor. She's lost another wave of minions. Not the whole wave yet. And I don't think she is going to lose the whole wave. But either way, she did lose a wave. And all in all, that was just really bad for her. We did see a gank coming in down here, however. And well, not really surprising, given the fact that Elise was counter-jungling the double golems over here. This is not warded, so she's coming in from behind. There we go. The Zenith Blade comes in from Leona, and she goes right in on Thresh. The only thing is, will Fabi escape? It looks like he will. Honestly, I don't think that had Elise not come, I think that the blades there, the T-Blade, still would have got her. I think. But, you know what? There's nothing wrong with getting another assist and securing that kill for sure. Now, Elise is coming up here to go in on Lee Sin, who's suddenly having a bad time. He went ahead and flashed out. She's going to go ahead and jump to him, repel, and she misses her stun and almost dies herself. So, he's going to get out of that, but so is she. But it is going to force him to be a little bit more cautious, and he's not going to be able to go ahead and take down the Zyra as he was wanting. And yet again, Kayle is getting whacked by Rengar up here. Honestly though, she didn't come out too poorly. If we take a look at what she's built, she still only has a Doran's range. So, it's honestly not very surprising, given the fact that she's at 14 CS. She has been shut down very hard already this game. And there's really very little she could do. She's got that range, so every once in a while she can go ahead and come to CS. But most of the time, she's going to miss out on a lot of CS here because he can just hide in this bush, jump on him, do a lot of damage, and then go right back into hiding. So she's doing her best to CS right now. She got 2 CS there, but even way, wow. Even still, it's really not going very well for him. Out comes another Zenith Blade from Leona, pulling her right into Lee Sin. There is the Lantern from Thresh. Uses his flame, but she's going to go down here. She goes down to Caitlyn. Oh, man, she thought she had juked them out by waiting that long to flash. And instead, she just ended up wasting her flash as that auto attack was already on the way. The funny thing is, if she hadn't managed to get that auto attack off right there, Leona might actually have escaped this. They're going to go ahead and dive Lucian here. The Flay came out. It did slow Lucian. The Q misses. Another Q misses. And Elise is on her way over. So the Swarm is going to be forced to back off. Also, Zyra is here. So they're definitely going to have to watch out now. Just barely misses her root there. Out comes the stun there from Elise. Also misses. There's Flay, and it looks like Elise is going to go down. Down goes Elise. The ulti from Zyra comes out. Does not really hit anybody with the pop-up, but it looks like Lee Sin may end up going down. He does indeed. Lucian's actually getting really low, though, so he's going to have to be very cautious. In comes Leona. Misses her Zenith Blade. And it looks like they are going to get out of this. In comes the Gragas, and he says, you're not going to get out of this. Out comes his ulti, punting the Leona back, and she's just doing her best to get out. The stun comes out from Thresh, and she ends up going down to Caitlyn. So Caitlyn is now on a killing spree. She just got 3 kills out of that in very rapid succession, so she's probably going to go back very soon here. And it's really unfortunate for her. Apparently, sometime in there, Kayle died as well. So I'm going to go ahead and see what happened to that a little bit further. There we go. Alright, so she was about half health. I didn't even notice her dying with all that action down bottom. But it looks like she did. Oh, Rengar was 6. That's what happened. He came in and jumped on her, instantly burst her down. And she really didn't have any choice. She's still 5, so she couldn't ulti herself. And she just went down to that. Had she been 6, she would have been able to. But like I mentioned earlier, we knew that Rengar was going to hit 6 before her. And he did indeed, and as soon as that happened, he was able to go ahead and take her down. It's too bad that he wasn't able to take, well, too bad for him, that he wasn't able to take out the Lucian, because Lucian was really low there. That would have been really useful for their team if he'd been able to take that out, but unfortunately, not so much. Unfortunately for the Swarm. But honestly, at this point in the game, I'm not really sure they need it. They're currently 6-2, and they are 3k gold ahead. Take a look at the individual people. Unsurprisingly, almost, actually over 1.3k gold that Rengar is in the lead of Kayle. Oh, she just got rooted there. Okay, so he's going to be forced back. She's landed that slow. She's doing a lot of damage there. Goes ahead, puts the ward. She's chasing him down. I think he's going to get out of this, though. There we go. Puts another ward in that bush. And he is forced back, but she's not going to be able to take him down. Gold-wise, these guys are actually pretty close. Zyra and Gragas. Honestly, I'm not surprised that Gragas is a little behind just because of the fact that he is melee, whereas Zyra's ranged. His CS is actually ahead. Oh, because she has a kill, he has an assist. That's what the difference is right there. Alright, so unsurprisingly here, that is a 1.1k lead for Caitlyn, which is great for her. She just got to go shop, and she's going to come back to lane with a BF sword, a Vampiric Scepter, and boots. She started with the Doran's Blade, of course. So that is going to be a massive power spike when she gets back to lane. And Lucian and Leona are going to have to watch out. Leona's coming in for a gank mid, interestingly. She's coming all the way up. The Gragas has no idea. Lee Sin is here also. There we go. In goes the Leona now. Goes ahead and uses her... Eclipse. Right. Uses her Eclipse to go ahead, make herself a little tankier. But Zyra was not able to follow up on that. So that ended up being pretty much a waste of time for her. Lucian was forced to go back just because of the fact that she's not there, but he's going to go ahead and go back to farming now as she is coming back into lane. Oh, she was forced to run away, though, because she saw Thresh disappear and not really wanting to fight him for some reason. Who knows why? On the plus side for T-Blade, Kayle here is actually 6, so all that Rengar burst is not going to do nearly as much as it has been. On the other hand, though, I mean, he does have Tiamat, which does give him a massive amount of sustain, and it's got a really good amount of damage too. Oh, is she about to die? Oh, nice block. No, she does not die. Let's just watch their whole little fight there. There we go. Looks like she went in on Thresh, and she's just kind of tanking those Caitlyn hits right now. Getting pretty low. There's the Flay. Getting lower, and out comes the ulti there. Lucian goes ahead, nicely tanks it up for her, and she's going to be fine. It looks like Elise is thinking about coming in for a gank. She goes ahead, wards up this bush, and I'm not sure she's going to gank or not. These guys are pretty strong. Oops. So much for my comments earlier. We'll come back down there in a moment. Alright, so there we go. He goes in on her, just immediately starts the burst. There's her ulti, which I said would counteract that, but... Okay, so it did indeed. It let her survive through that, but he went ahead and ultied right after. Came under tower and just insta-killed her. So, with her being that low, apparently she really should have backed off. She thought she'd be safe under the tower, but that was definitely not the case. There we go. Elise is still sitting here waiting. And the question is, will she decide to go in? If she does, oh, in goes the Leona. Lands the stun on Caitlyn. The Thresh stun misses, but in comes the Lee Sin as well. Down goes the Leona to Lee Sin. Elise is trying her best to get out. It looks like, no, she's not going to. Thresh manages to secure that kill. The only survivor is Lucian, who just barely got out of that, and that rapidly turned against them. The T-Blade there definitely thought that they were going to be a whole lot better off, but it ended up being not so good for them. There we go. Here's another nice battle here. Nice ulti from Jaximus there, punting that Zyra under tower, which means she's not going to follow through and finish him off. He got really low, but thanks to the tower, so did she. So she was forced to fall back. The Swarm's going to go ahead, get the first tower kill of the game, and that's going to put them even more in the lead, and I think I just saw them ping Dragon. Are they going to follow through, though? I don't know. Yeah, it looks like they are. They are indeed. Yes, and there we go. The Lantern to get Caitlyn into the battle slightly sooner, and they're going to go ahead and take down this Dragon. No contest. Nothing that the T-Blade there can do. So Kayle's up here. She's finally getting to farm. She's currently at about, not quite, but, or a little over actually, sorry, half of Rengar's CS. So she's definitely having a bad time, and there's really very little she can do. Ooh, hold up. What is this? What is this? Why are you still here, Zyra? You are low. You should have gone back. I thought you did go back, but apparently not. So there we go. In comes Thresh. Lands the Flay on Elise there. The Q from Lee Sin hits on Zyra. She goes down. The Thresh pull comes out onto Elise. She goes down as well. And then Lee Sin goes ahead, goes into tower range just so he could take the whooshy ride. Which, honestly, I don't really blame him, you know? The nice little, whoosh. It's great fun. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Dark Passage. For some reason the name escaped me, even though I Normally, I'm great about that particular one because, you know, Thresh is one I used to play pretty routinely. But for some reason, right now, that name just kind of went, nuh-uh. I'm not going to be in your head. So, anyway, the T-Blade here has successfully defended their mid tower for now, and they are pushing the Swarm out. But Rengar got the top tower up here, which means that Kayle is going to have to play even more defensively because she's got a huge range here that if this wave pushes, Rengar could catch her anywhere in here. Unfortunately for her, Rengar's coming down here. Going to go in on the Zyra. No, he goes in on Elise. Almost instant bursts her. She comes back down out of her thing. And she ends up going down. Ooh, nice Thresh hook on the Lucian. Lucian goes down as well. What is that? Repel. All the spell names are just completely escaping me right now. But that was a very good gank there from the Rengar, and it threw them into just enough chaos that they were able to go ahead and grab that Lucian and take him down as well. So this is definitely looking like it's not going to go in T-Blade's favor. But we'll have to see, you know. It's always possible for turnaround. Unlikely, given the fact that it is Challenger. But again, I'm not going to say it is completely unheard of. It's just really unlikely. 13-2 when it's an actual ranked 5s team that's Challenger level. Very rare for a turnaround from that. But I'm not counting them out yet. They are the top Challenger team, so it's possible that they will find a way later to pull through. The scaling on the blue team, the Swarm, it's actually quite decent. They've got Caitlyn, who scales pretty hard late game. Gragas scales hard late game. Lee Sin somewhat falls off. He definitely does fall off. I think Rengar's strong late game, but I'm honestly not altogether certain. I think he may fall off just given the fact that he's an AD assassin, so he might fall off somewhat, but I'm really not sure about him. I don't see him enough to really pay attention to how he does. I don't know why. For some reason, Silver does not have many Rengars. Kind of interesting. Huh. Maybe I should consider picking him up. We'll see. Anyway, yet again, more posturing mid lane here, and looks like the blue team kind of wants this tower. Out comes the ulti there from Leona. Lands on 2 of the members, I believe. They are just bursting down the Gragas. Down goes Gragas. Thresh ulti comes out. Gonna go ahead and slow down Leona, and it looks like this is gonna end up being a 1-for-1. So, not quite what they were hoping for, and now Caitlyn is here to help, and they're gonna go ahead and possibly take down this tower, because Zyra and Elise were both brought very low by that. Well, not very low. I mean, half health. But given the fact that the enemy team has Rengar, who we've already seen can easily burst down the Elise, they're going to be forced to be very cautious. Lucian's going to go ahead and use his culling to clear out the minions there. But Lee Sin came in using his little shield ability there and went ahead and shielded up the front minion, tanking one of the shots. And it did give Caitlyn the time to almost kill that. 1, maybe 2 more shots is going to take that down. Rengar decided to go back up top, continue pushing this down. He is still 4 levels above Kayle. That is huge. And she's doing her best to keep him off, but there's really very little she could do. She's going to go ahead and push this back, and she doesn't really know what happened to him. He went ahead, came down here to double golems, but she doesn't know that. For all she knows, he could be coming down mid to go ahead and take down the Lucian again. He's not. At the moment. He may be. What you doing? Nope, he's going to go back up top and go ahead and push that again. Caitlyn's down bottom, split pushing there. And really, the red team just doesn't really seem to know what they're doing at the moment. I mean, we've got jungling going on. Oh, a nice gank, however, or a very nice engagement from the looks of it. So there's maybe something going on here. And we'll have to see. Let's go ahead and switch it to this view. As of right now, it's 2 members of the Swarm and a couple members of T-Blade there. Nice stun there from Zyra, a root from Zyra. Out comes her ulti as well. The Leona ulti landed on Gragas as well, but it was not enough. And now T-Blade is actually on the run here. So I thought for a little bit that they would actually take out the Gragas, but he was a little too tanky for that, and he did end up surviving. Caitlyn went back, so she's not pushing down there anymore. But this team is trying their best to go ahead and take down this tower. And I think this round, they're probably going to get it. I cannot see the Blade, or T-Blade, being able to defend this. And indeed, there they go. Gonna go in. They're actually just skipping the tower. Go straight in on Leona. Kicks her away. And actually, that was kind of useless, but there we go. The Thresh binding lands. Oh, he gets pulled all the way into the tower, forced to flash out. And is he going to die? No, he's going to live this. Lands the pull on Leona. She takes the Caitlyn ult to the face, and now she goes down. That was a very nice binding. In comes the Rengar, but the shield from Kayle meant that he's not going to be able to take it down. But Kayle is really close to dying too. But Caitlyn just used her ult. So Kayle is going to escape this, though just barely. She's going to escape it, and that's really all that matters. But it does give the Swarm a very nice opportunity to go ahead and take down another tower mid lane and possibly continue pushing. Out comes the Gragas ulti, shoving the Elise back. The Q from Lee Sin lands, and she goes ahead, uses that repel to pull them off of her a little bit, and then flashes over that wall to safety. So she is going to survive this, but that was definitely a tense moment for her. Another Thresh hook attempt. Doesn't end up hitting. Sorry, man. No luck for you. And it looks like the Swarm's going to go ahead and fall back. I think, yeah, Dragon just respawned, and they're going to go ahead, go take that. Question is, will T-Blade decide to go ahead and fight them back? This is warded, and the Swarm went ahead and warded there. Nice hook there from Thresh. Not going to be able to be followed through. Nobody's close enough to do it, though. And there's actually a pretty big health difference here between the two teams. We've got, well, maybe not all that big, come to think of it. I don't know. Oh, definitely not anymore. But anyway, down here, they are going in on the Dragon. They were forced back, though, by T-Blade, who may end up going for this Dragon themselves. It looks like they are going for it. And will there be an engagement here? Alright, there we go. Lee Sin lands his Q, so he can go ahead and follow through on that Dragon, whatever he wants. Goes in on it. There we go. Actually, Gragas successfully grabs it, interestingly enough. Out comes the Zyra ulti, lands on nobody. Rengar flashes over the wall. Caitlyn is just doing a lot of damage there to Zyra. Zyra goes down. No! Just kidding. Kayle ultis her. She's not going to go down. Now they're going in on the Kayle. Leona's getting really low here. Zyra finally goes down. Rengar's chasing down the Kayle. Kayle manages to take down Caitlyn, but she goes down to the Rengar there. Gragas was able to go ahead, take down another member. The only one left of T-Blade is Lucian, who's now trying to take down the Gragas here. I don't think he's going to do it. No, he goes down just before he finishes off that Gragas. So that ended up being a 4-for-1, and that was not good at all for T-Blades. That is going to just continue widening that massive lead for the Swarm. And the Swarm's doing really good at swarming. I don't know if that's where they got their name from, or... Either way, they're going to go ahead and push down another tower here, or at least do some damage to it. I don't think they're going to be able to get it completely, as T-Blade has respawned. Leona's coming out here. She does not have her ulti, so she's not going to be able to do anything to him. She's not going to be able to lock them down. But she's kind of wanting Gragas from the looks of it. She is still chasing him. And if she's not careful, she's going to run right into a Caitlyn, and that's not going to be okay. There we go. She goes ahead, wards up there, and it looks like she's going to go ahead and fall back. What you doing, Red Team? What are they doing? They are circling around trying to take down Lee Sin. Oh, is this going to happen? Oh, the Leona misses. Unfortunately, there's the stun, though. Kayle comes in, and it looks like Lee Sin is going to go down. He gets shut down there by the Kayle, which is great for Kayle. That is wonderful news for her. That is definitely going to help to try to put her back in the game. Holy cow, look at her items. She's got Gnasher's Tooth, Double Doran's, and Boots of Speed. That is really painful. She's still at 89 CS at 20 minutes in. She has been completely shut down by the Rengar, and even with what she just got there, that shutdown gold, that is nowhere near going to put her back in. Yeah, she is still 3.5k behind. 3,500 gold is a huge lead, and it's only widening as time goes by. As yet again, Elise got caught. Well, not yet again. But there we go. She did get caught. Lucian is just bursting down the Rengar. There we go. He manages to... Oh, Zyra gets the shutdown gold. But, meantime, these guys were still down here. And what exactly happened there? The Flay comes out from the Thresh. And there we go. Gragas goes in. They're going to go... I think they took down the Leona, didn't they? Oh, the stun from Leona. Is she going to escape that? No, she's not. He's going to take her down. There we go. He does take her down. Zyra took down the Rengar, and Elise went down. Yeah, we saw that. So there we go. They're going to continue pushing here. Zyra is actually at full health, as are Kayle and Lucian. So they actually didn't take any damage whatsoever. But it's currently a 4 versus 3. And that's not so good. And the Swarm is just currently ignoring the tower. They're going to go ahead and tank this and try to take it down. It's already way under half health. It's almost dead. Just a couple more shots is going to take it down. It does go down. And I don't know if they're going to continue pushing to the inhibitor or not. I would say no. It looks like no indeed. And nobody takes that Dark Passage. For shame. Whoosh. But we do see Blade actually going ahead and pushing up here. I don't really think they're going to be able to do anything here. Yes, it is currently a 5 versus 4 if they do engage, but the Swarm is so close to their tower, I don't think anything's going to happen here. It looks like they're really wanting it, or they're really wanting this tower. I'm not sure which. They've got no minions, so they can't afford to go ahead and ignore the tower like the Swarm was doing. They've got to have those minions, or they will probably lose the fight. Even now, with it being a 5 versus 3, I don't know that they can come out ahead fighting under a tower. So, the Swarms just got really good wave clear as well. They took down those minions really fast, and I think T-Blade has realized that they're not going to be able to do this. They also noticed that Rengar is split pushing down bot again, so they've got to go defend that. He's going in on that tower, and they've got nothing. He's taking this down way too fast for that. Down it goes. And the only non-inhibitor tower they have left is top. And that's really not so good for them. They don't even have the mid-inhibitor tower at all. Yeah, that we already knew. And it looks like the Swarm's going to go ahead and try to go for this inhibitor. Caitlyn's going in, attacking it. It's melting down pretty fast. Both teams are just kind of posturing here. And T-Blade's trying to force the Swarm back. But the inhibitor's still going down. It's currently at half. The stun lands from Thresh there, and he flays as well. The Leona is actually taking a decent amount of damage. I mean, Leona's good about that. There is the Leona ulti. Lands on a lot of them, but Gragas was able to take down the Elise. Anyway, Caitlyn took down the Leona, and Rengar actually went ahead and finished off the Kayle as well. Down went the inhibitor. They're continuing to push here. And the spool comes out there from Thresh. Down goes the Zyra. Nice grab there. And it looks like this may end up being GG. I don't know, but I definitely think so. They're going to go in on the Nexus Tower. They're going to go for the second Nexus Tower. And I think they're going to end right here. Oh no, they're going to go for Lucian instead. Lee Sin goes down. Caitlyn goes down as well. And they're going to continue going for this. Will Elise and Leona be able to fight this off? I don't think so. No, they weren't. So there we go. That was a very, very strong victory there for the Swarm. Nicely played. 27-8. That is very impressive. So I hope you guys enjoyed the game. And I'm hoping to go ahead and cast more Challenger games or more Ranked 5s games. Because I realized that, in order to remain in Challenger, they've got to play at least one game a week, I believe it is. So almost definitely they'll end up playing against some pros because the pros will end up playing as well because they've got Challenger 5 teams too. So we'll probably be able to see at least a few more games of this sort fairly soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.